weeks. And he goes on, is it time for the programme's voting format to change to a fairer system where the actual dance gets judged? Well, David, I'm not sure everybody agrees with you on that.
Voting systems have got a bit of grief throughout the year, haven't they? Yeah. Coming up for you later on Breakfast with so many...
The news, the travel and the weather, wherever you happen to be watching us, will be here at 7:30. With different countries. A couple of points because the Prime Minister of Poland has been writing in one of the newspapers this morning. She talks about citizens living in the UK should not be made to feel like hostages. So what will you be telling her about the future of Polish citizens? Would they be allowed to stay? Is there a simple answer to that? Specifically defence as well, because I understand that you are talking about that today. And what are you going to be offering the Polish Prime Minister? 150 at the moment, that's not a limit then? Well, today, again, we understand there may be another legal challenge to Brexit. What is your reaction? This is not the first, of course. What is your reaction to that subject? I don't know what you do with your Saturday nights, but I know that lots of MPs were watching Ed Balls. Is there a discussion now about who's going to go next? Well, Michael Fallon, thank you as well for answering that question too. I'm sure. Thank you very much indeed. Politicians, that's going to be sort of a constant question now, isn't it?
We spoke to Ruth Davidson and she said she was well up for it.
She was really excited about it. Extraordinary times.
I know. A total change of career, potentially, for somebody out there.
Should we look at the other news?
Yes, let's do it.
You go for it.
OK, all right, well done. The government is facing another legal challenge related to Brexit, this time about whether the UK stays in the single market after leaving the EU. Yeah.
Try to still be as competitive as I can. But if not, it's a lot easier being a pundit than playing. He likes chatting about it. I love playing when you have matches, but all that practice, I'm not a lover of that. I quite like that.
He is a unique
I know that feeling.
Sportsman, isn't he?
You used to have football player managers. I see myself as a pundit snooker player. I love that.
Excellent.
You never quite know whether he's going to play, give up, move on, win the World Championship.
Yeah, unpredictable. But we like that about him. Now, if you think it's been a great year in the
.7:49, Matt is out and about with the weather. He's telling us it's going to be really cold, but I think he's with some birds who might enjoy this sort of temperatures.
Oh, look. Pelican.
Give him, Matt. Thank you very much. As he is, poor Matt.
Snuggling all over the place tonight. Now, the Disability Minister, Penny Mordaunt, is appearing before MPs today to try and explain what the government is going to do to close the disability employment gap. Steph is here with more on this.
Yeah, it's an important day, this, because it's a gap that really does need to be.
Thank you very much, Steph. Thank you.
Let's get some news, some travel and some weather wherever you are this morning. 7:56, see you just about 8 o'clock. It's one of the fastest growing types of cyber crimes, and it can happen to anyone. Ransomware, you might not have heard of it, but it's malicious software that blocks access to your files until a ransom is paid.
Figures released to BBC Breakfast suggest that in the UK we paid more than £4.5 million to these type of hackers last year, as Fiona Trott reports.
It's a nice title, isn't it?
Yes, new title. It seems, I mean, really very distressing if this happens to you. So first of all, how do you stop it happening?
I mean, you say that it's hard to work out the fake from the real, because I mean, I often think when you get a text message on your phone sometimes saying your account's been compromised, you need to put all your details in here, follow this link. And then you have to think, well, hold on a minute, that company never contact me via text messages, or it's either by email or they'll phone you directly. So but sometimes you can easily go, oh, okay, I'll just do it, and then that's it. Your information is compromised straight away, isn't it?
Yeah, just
If it does happen and you get, I mean, how, you sort of get an alert saying we want a ransom, and what do you do then?
so if you've not backed out,
If it does happen and you get, I mean, how, you sort of get an alert saying
choice at that point.
Unless you were telling us that if you've got a previous version of saved somewhere,
Yeah.
you can sort of uninstall everything off your computer and reinstall that previous version, and then you don't have to pay the ransom. Is that the only way around it?
then?
Yeah, absolutely let them know, but unfortunately, because this is...
Good advice as ever.
Yeah.
Coming up in a moment on the BBC News Channel, it's Business Live here on Breakfast. All that. 8:36. Sally's here with a look at the day's sport. Massive weekend and a new Formula One world champion.
Yeah, Nico Rosberg is the new Formula One world champion, but Lewis Hamilton in a little bit of trouble for perhaps trying to get in his way and, I don't know, win the
Is it
championship.
called gamesmanship or something?
Well, I don't know, it's called trying to win. I think that's why he's so good.
Exactly.
So he's potentially in trouble for not following team orders, but you have
On to watch to do
Oh,
that.
yeah, for sure.
Are you sad, Jeremy, that he's gone?
I am.
Say Jeremy Vine is to blame. Others will say thank you, Jeremy Vine, for Emma putting Ed Balls on the screen. And many thought he would go out the first week, but he stayed. He's actually had a bit of talent as well, and some of the stuff has been incredible.
He totally embraced the experience, and that's
Was he
what it's
too
all
safe? Was he too safe on
about. I think
Saturday
this week
night,
he
then?
was, to get those votes, to make his fans.
You're going to love this.
To a Shirley Bassey song.
He's released this
no
little
less.
clip.
Up as a cowboy on a horse, and that was amazing.
That was
That's
epic.
true. That's true.
It was epic.
And we've had, in recent weeks, we've had Ruth Davidson on this programme, Jeremy, saying she's desperate to do it. We asked Michael Fallon today, and he's not desperate to do it, by the way, but he's saying that so many MPs have been watching. Do you think we'll see another MP in maybe next year?
I think.
But who's going to win
Thank
it then?
you.
If Ed Balls isn't going to win it, who's going to win
It's
it?
between.
There.
Oh, thank you very much indeed. Lovely to see you both. And I love that you both brought a little bit of Strictly Sparkle. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And you can see Ed Balls, actually. He's on It Takes Two tonight, 6:30 with Zoe Ball on BBC Two.
I would have liked to see that dance. The one from the kitchen.
Yeah, in the kitchen. Just,
I'm sure he'll probably do that
He should
tonight.
just get on stage on Saturday and do it anyway, shouldn't he? Just run on.
In a moment.